So I wanted to make sure that it was clear for everyone. So is it another essay? No, not necessarily. For this one, what I want you to do is think about 3 areas where you learned or grew this summer. 3 things that you learned this summer, or 3 ways that you grew or improved this summer. These might be things we learned in class, like how to make an outline, how to write a thesis statement, writing an argument essay, using vocabulary, something about grammar, or it might be something you learned in a different class, or it might be something you learned outside of class, like at work with friends or family. Okay, so you have a choice of how you are going to present this information. If you want to write an essay, you can write a short essay about the 3 things you have learned. You can see this is a little bit shorter than our usual essays, so it would be about 350 to 400 words. And you would just, in your introduction and thesis, you would just say, these are the 3 things that I learned this semester, or 3 ways that I grew this semester. And then in your topic sentences, you would say the first way is blah, 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 okay? Instead of writing an essay, you could make a PowerPoint using images or music to explain what you learned. You could make a video about the 3 points you've learned, or you could use another online tool to show your 3 points. And for any of these, you would just attach it here or send me a link if you use a different tool, okay? So you will get 3 points for this assignment if you complete it, if you do the 3 areas where you learned and do your own work. Do not copy and do not use AI. If you do those things, you are going to get those 3 points. So I want to say this is almost like an extra credit assignment. Of course, you have to do it, but you're going to get those 3 points as long as you finish those areas. So here in 10.3, I have some links of other online tools that you could use to write this style of essay. So this, I think, is a video that showed an example. This is not really exactly how ours would be. Sorry, that didn't open properly. But you could learn more about that type of project. This is the example video for an English class. This one is a little different from ours because it's more like a group project. You're not doing a group project, but it's just a sort of example. And then these are different ways that these are different like tools, online tools that you could use, okay? So of course, you can also use something else. You can make a video. You could, of course, write an essay, and you can do a PowerPoint. So I just wanted to show an example of a PowerPoint that a student made. This was growth and lessons that they learned. I removed the student's personal information. So they organized it by the beginning, the middle, and the end, and they explained the things that they learned. One of the main things that they learned was about drafting, writing essays, and they put a song to show what they learned, and they embedded that song. In the middle of the semester, they saw themselves gaining confidence. So that was one of their other points also, that they gained more confidence. And in the end, they kind of like extended what they learned to make new friends. This was an in-person class, but they also extended their confidence to other classes, okay? So you can see how the student kind of felt like they could improve their life in many different areas because of this class. Okay, so this is an example of a way that someone could do the project, but of course you can also do your own way or write an essay. So if you have any questions about this assignment, let me know. As a reminder, the deadline for week 10 is